So one of the things I've been lucky with, and sometimes Tim will roll his eyes when it happens, is I've been fortunate enough to win a couple of cigar giveaways.
Yeah, a couple too many.
More than Tim, let's just put it that way. So one of the
I got a donut right now.
one of the wonderful giveaways I got to win was for a brand that prior to X amount of weeks ago, months ago, I
Hmm.
hadn't heard of, is one that we've done a live stream on our Instagram, and one that we're going to be reviewing for you right now. And it's some of their newer stuff, a brand called Caoba, and that we were introduced to that brand by our now good friend Adam Zuber at Modi Cigar Distribution in Arizona. And so
Yes.
tonight we're going to be reviewing one of the new selections from the Caoba line, the unique Medio. So get ready.
It's a big one. Check it out. Hey everybody, welcome to the newest installment of Fresh Review Fridays. I'm Tim, this is Kyle. We are the Dad Smoking Cigars, and as Kyle said a second ago, we're going to be reviewing the Caoba Unique Medio. This is a massive ring gauge. I believe it is a
It's a
54,
no, it's a 60.
60. Oh, that's right.
Just to clarify, this is the second unique we've actually smoked because there are
Hmm.
two. One is the Calba Unique Suave or Suave, however you choose to pronounce it. I
Suave.
think Suave sounds cooler, and Tim agrees with me.
Rico
And
Suave.
it has the same band, but with a kind of a gold, not gold. This one has gold. The other one has a silver outline, and
Hmm.
that is the Suave. This is the Medio,
Hmm.
which is pretty much the same wrapper, and binder, and filler, but
Hmm.
just a little bit on the stronger side.
Yes.
And that's why they call it the Medio. So
Falls in the middle.
yeah, right in the middle,
For
right?
those that are like me, don't speak a whole lot of Spanish. Medio middle. Somewhere in the happy middle.
It rides the fence, and I love cigars like that
Hmm.
because if you're not a fan of the super mild or even the really super strong cigars, the Medio usually kind of falls in the line of like Habanos and things
Hmm.
like that. And I love cigars like that because they are packed full of flavor usually,
Oh, yeah.
but they still have a good strength to them, but it's not going to knock you flat on your butt.
No, not at all. And I've had another one from one of our favorite manufacturers that I won't name, obviously, because we're
Hmm.
talking about Caoba today.
Hmm.
But that has a Medio as well, and it's absolutely delicious
Hmm.
because I've had their Maduro and some other ones, and going to their Medio was absolutely amazing. So I'm sure Caoba, with the level of quality that they put into their cigars, is going to fall right in line. So, as always, time to cut, time to light. But this time we're not cutting. This time we will be punching
Yes.
because, well, Kyle has wanted to punch me for many years, so at least in my
I'm
presence
taking
he'll get to
my
punch a
I'm
cigar.
taking my aggression out on the cigar. So, but the reason why we decided to punch it, funny story, well, not funny depending on how you look at it, just pathetic maybe, was when we smoked the other unique, we used V cut. Now Tim's worked out just fine. Mine, on the other hand, got
Did not.
butchered because it has more of a flat cap. So
Picture shoving the cap of a cigar into a garbage disposal, turning it on, giving it a little bit of a trim, it goes, and then trying to smoke it.
I destroyed it. Let's just
That's
put it
about
that
what
way. It
happened.
was a great experience. It was still delicious. I loved it, but I just shredded the cap. And sadly, it's not the first time I've done that.
Nope.
So,
Kyle the Cap Shredder Garrett.
sure, we can go that route if you want.
I know that
It's
was
my new
dumb.
it's my new nickname.
Sorry, everybody that watches this.
You're not sorry.
No.
So we're getting
Very light, creamy notes.
very light creamy notes as usual before you light it up or start to puff on it. You get that dried fruit smell at the foot. Very smooth draw through the punch.
Hmm.
Not every cigar you're going to get that smooth of a draw through the punch, depending on how tightly it's packed
Hmm.
and rolled. But this has got a very smooth draw. So
Just very creamy.
let's not keep them waiting, and let's light it up.
I'll just fast forward if we do. As always, guys, we are using our Vertigo by Lotus lighters.
Yes, we are.
They are the exclusive lighter of Dad Smoking Cigars by choice, not for any other reason.
Oh yeah. Wasn't that a tasty first draw?
I don't know. Let's see.
It was so good. He had to do it again and
Yeah,
again.
it's still just as good on the second one.
uh, Well, in case that wasn't
Creamy graham cracker.
oh man,
Creamy
yeah.
buttery graham cracker.
Oh man, that was so good.
So I got to tell you, one of my, and this is going to be just a longer intro and cut and light, but one of my favorite snacks is literally to take those little butter crackers and spread a little bit of butter on them and just eat them like that. So butter on top of a buttered flavor cracker. Yes, it's redundant, but it's
Just add
delicious.
butter, y'all.
Yes, go the Paula Deen route and just add more butter.
So,
And
but buttery,
oh
smooth
yeah,
graham cracker, just
creamy flavor of the or creamy feel of the smoke in your mouth. Nice
hmm
velvety.
very good smoke output. I don't know if you noticed, but the smoke output is excellent. That's one thing that we have come to appreciate about, well, a lot of cigars, but Caoba definitely. And we want to say a special thanks to our good friend Adam Zuber
Zuber.
of Modai Cigar Distribution for sending us these.
Yes, thank
And
you.
we really appreciate it, and we are enjoying the heck out of them, as you can see right now. So what we're going to do is we are going to take a break for a moment and enjoy that first third and give you our thoughts once we're done.
See you in a second.
Hey guys, we're back after the first third of the Caoba Unique Medio, and we
It's
are
terribly good.
so terribly good. And we actually just a quick behind the scenes peek. We were actually on a live stream with none other than Adam Zuber of Modai Cigar Distribution, who was kind enough to send these to us, and we had a great conversation about the brand and
Yes, we
everything.
did.
But these are our honest to God thoughts, and this is a fantastic cigar.
So look at mine, and we're having different experiences,
Just
but they're
slightly.
still good.
The variation is so small it's barely even worth mentioning.
It's
It's just
very negligible, but I
yeah,
mean, look at the burn. The burn's just a hair off on mine. It's been
yeah.
razor straight up until now,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just one little area where it's a little bit off. But look at the ash hold, nice color on it. I mean, you're stacking pancakes right there,
Oh
and
yeah, Tim's got a nice tight ash hold.
it's
Mine's
going great.
fanning out just a little bit, but honestly, that the ash hold is one of those things that kind of doesn't always register with me because I tend not to care much about
Yep.
ash hold.
And part of it's the ring gauge size.
And part of it is the ring gauge size. It does speak a lot to the construction of the cigar if you got a good ash hold. And this cigar is very well constructed, not too tightly wrapped or packed. Got a very smooth draw. And as far as the flavor is concerned, it's got a nice spice to it at this point.
Hmm.
That buttery kind of graham cracker flavor is kind of
Mostly gone.
mostly gone. It's kind of like just teetered out a little bit, but it's got a nice even spice to it. And it's funny because, and this happened with the unique Suave. Only with this cigar have I experienced this, where I would take a swig of water just to kind of cleanse the palate and obviously hydrate. And I get kind of a little tingling sensation on the tip of my tongue with the cigar. I don't think Tim's experiencing that. He
Mm-mm.
hasn't said anything, hasn't mentioned
Nope,
to me.
not at
Maybe it's
all.
just my weird taste buds or
Yeah,
palate.
everybody's different.
Everybody's different. So, but yeah, my burn pattern is just a little bit uneven, not by much. Like Tim said, very negligible. But the ash hold's still very good. It's still burning very well. I've only had to touch it up just a little bit.
The
But
smoke output, the
oh
flavors.
man, the
So
smoke output is so smooth.
so let's go into flavor notes quickly here. The buttery cracker, rich butteriness is mostly gone at this point. Very sort of earthy, grassy haze,
Mm-hmm.
but still with a nice, pleasant sweetness to it. Not a sugary sweetness, but just a nice natural sweetness to it.
Yeah.
Great draw, great aroma
Oh yeah.
when it's burning. I mean, not a bad aroma at all in terms of it being hot or bitter or too strong or anything like that. But it's really good. But there's a almost like a sweetness on my tongue
A little bit. And it's
from it.
got slight breadiness to the aftertaste
Hmm.
on the back end of it. It's got a nice kind of bready
Nice
flavor
light bread.
with a little bit of spice in there. If I had to say what kind of spice, is kind of a subtle nutmeg in there, at least as far as I'm experiencing it. But yeah, it's just a nice kind of even sweetness to it. That's that kind of grassy, earthy hay
Hmm.
notes, and
Yep.
I'm really liking it a lot. It's a great smoke. Got just enough kick for you to kind of like
To know that it's
to
not a
know that it's
true light,
no.
very light Connecticut.
Yeah, it is a Connecticut wrapper.
It's an Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper art.
Yes, Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper with Dominican binder and filler. But I don't know exactly what the blending process was or how it worked, but just enough kick for you to feel it. But again, it doesn't knock you on your butt.
No, not at all. So those are our thoughts on the first third.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to continue smoking this down and enjoying the Caoba Unique Medio, and we will be back in just a second with our thoughts on the second third.
See you guys then. And there goes my ash, perfectly into the ashtray.
Thank you. See you in a second. What's up, everybody? We are back. We have basically finished the second third of the Caoba Unique Medio, and really enjoying it.
Oh.
Its flavors have developed and transitioned,
Mm-hmm.
and you know that a rep for a cigar company, a broker, a distributor, knows what they're talking about because we've talked with Adam about the cigar
At length.
about it, and he said when you get halfway through, it's going to transition, and just be prepared for the flavors that you pick up.
Oh,
And he
was
nailed
not
it right on
kidding.
the head. It went from the sweeter haze, and started off with the buttery cracker breadiness, sweeter notes and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, as soon as it got into the second third of it, and I've only ashed once, Kyle's only ashed once. It's holding on well. The construction's doing great. The draw is doing really well. But it transitioned to caramel and woody notes and a
Oh,
little bit
yeah.
of pepper on the retrohale. Not overpowering. I think it'll probably develop a little more, but that's just a guess at this point. But it is doing really, really well. And the burn isn't razor straight, but
No, as it's gone, it has its moments where it will stay just right on par with the burn, and then it'll kind of go a little bit wonky.
but
I've
then it
had this,
corrects itself. I've never
yeah.
once had to correct it the entire time.
I'm OCD with that, which is funny because he's the OCD one with almost everything.
Pretty
But when
much.
it comes to the burn on my cigar, if it's not staying completely straight and if it's consistent with that and it won't correct itself, then I just got to touch it up a little bit. What can I say? But yeah, only ash once. The ash is holding pretty good. Once again, it's kind of flaking a little bit, but honestly,
Doing fine.
that hardly registers to me because the flavor's really good. Those woody notes and a bit of that pepper, getting a little tingly on the tongue. Tim and I both kind of noticed a little bit.
Picking up a little bit of cinnamon now.
Just a slight bit of cinnamon, very subtle, kind of just that not sweet cinnamon, but like just the bare spice, just cinnamon,
Yeah.
like you would get it in a bottle or in a shaker or whatever you get it in, and just that kind of nice, just spiciness, and it's still got the bready notes, so it's really tasty. I'm really enjoying it, and yeah, it's a great stick.
Yep. So those are our thoughts on the second third.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to come back to you when we are in the final third and give you our thoughts on the cigar. So stay tuned for that.
See you then. Hey guys, we are back in the final third of the Caoba Unique Medio, and this thing has held up very, very well. And I'm not
Yes.
talking about just construction. I'm not talking about ash hold. I'm talking about flavor. I'm talking about all of it. It
Everything.
has transitioned very well into very different types of experiences in each third, especially halfway through where it kind of just did this shift.
Oh, complete shift in flavors and flavor notes and everything.
Mm-hmm. And right now I'm definitely getting more of kind of the woody, earthy notes.
Some leather in there.
A little bit of leather, definitely staying consistent with the spice right on the tip of the tongue, right on the very front end of the taste buds. Still getting that spice. Haven't done too much retrohaling, but you definitely get more of that when you retrohale.
And it really doesn't burn a whole lot, obviously. I just did retrohale there. The pepper is more on the palate than it is through the nose.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really good. Good flavoring, good construction. I admittedly had to relight it once because I let it sit when we were talking off camera.
As did I.
Not a fault of the cigar. Frankly, I let it sit too long. But you know what, guys? We talk about it in pretty much every review. It's a boutique line, and we really enjoy this. So
Oh, yeah.
if you guys can go out and find a Caoba at your brick and mortar, please do it. And if they don't have it, ask about it.
Yes, please ask about it.
Caoba is a brand that's been around since '92,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's '92.
I believe that's what Adam said. They've been around since '92, and they existed primarily in the Dominican Republic.
And did really well there.
Did very well.
And Adam was how he got started as basically their distributor. Is he basically kept buying boxes and boxes and telling people about it, and they finally just said, "Hey, why don't you just sell the cigar for us?" And he said, "All right, I love it that much. I'm going to take it to America. I'm going to take it to the States. People there need to enjoy it." And so that's how it's here. So go and check out Caoba Cigars.
Yes.
And whether it is this one, either one of the uniques, this is the unique Medio. But go and check them out. We give it 2 thumbs up. We really enjoy it. Good burn. We did, again, a punch for our cut because it is a flat cap. We didn't
Mhm.
want to do a deep V or anything because of the size of the ring gauge being a 60. But it is a really good cigar, guys. So if you have your chance to get your hands on Caoba cigars, please do so. We'll put some information and a link to the company down below, so at least you can familiarize yourself with Caoba cigars. Go check them out, and if you are able to find one, please do yourself a favor and
Yes.
pick it up because you will not regret it. I mean, the ash hold, everything is absolutely fantastic. Construction, draw, burn. I mean, we could go on and on. It checks the boxes in really every single area.
And beyond the unique, definitely check out the assortment of cigars available through Caoba because it appeals to every single person's palate. What you might enjoy, whether it's from the really mellow and mild to all the way to full bodied.
Yep, they cover it all.
The entire gamut is covered, so
Mhm.
you will find something that you like in the entire Caoba line, and the unique is definitely one of the many Caobas that we've tried recently that
Mhm.
is very enjoyable, very good. So yeah, definitely check it out. It's one of the newer ones from their line and debuted at IPCPR and very, very good. So yeah, go and check them out and definitely go follow Modi Cigar on Instagram. We'll link his stuff in the description
Yes,
below. And
absolutely.
if you have any questions, Adam is your guy. He will tell you what you need to know.
Exactly. So, for Dad Smoking Cigars, I'm Tim. This is Kyle. This has been the Caoba Unique Medio. Go get yourself some. Go check out the information that we're going to link in the description below. And, as always, we'll see you.
Take care, guys.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. All of our social media is on the right of the screen, and it's also linked in the description below.
Exactly. And if you want to follow along with us, be sure to check out Dad Smoking Cigars, stay in contact with us, get some merchandise, and, well, just see what we're up to. So, we'll see you.